See, in previous video we have seen the concept about control statements. A program when executed through a plsql, the values stored are temporary as we are holding that value inside a variable. As the definition of variable shows, it is a temporary storage area. So, if you want to save these values under a table, how to fire a insert command in a plsql, we will just see how to save the record through plsql. And the next topic is iterative control, that will be a loops part. We will just edit this. See here, you have to write a insert command after end if, but before writing a insert command we should have a table. See, if you are running this code, see here, total 242, 80, you falls under A grade. Now to store these values permanently so that next day also you can see it, so just create a table. Suppose create table msheet. As per the variable list we have to add the fields. See, roll number, name, English, Hindi, maths, total and average. Roll number, we have just created the structure of a table by name msheet. So we will now edit this code. Same code we have to write here just after end if. To save the records we have to type a insert command. Insert into msheet values, just specify the field names or variable name, roll number, name, fine. Now we will add one record here. See, procedure successfully completed. If you check inside msheet table, you will get one record is stored under this table. So we have just seen how to add records through plsql. Now we will move to our new topic, that is iterative control. A sequence of statements can be executed any number of times using loop constructs. Loops can be broadly classified into first simple loop, for loop and while loop. Just have an introduction about simple loop. The keyword loop should be placed before the first statement in the sequence and the keyword end loop after the last statement in the sequence. We will just have a practical example of simple loop to print the number series. See here, we are starting with a initialization 10 inside a variable a. After begin, a new keyword should be placed here, that is loop. We are working at simple loop right now. Now suppose a equals to a plus 2. We are specifying the jumping position of a variable, means it should just shift from 10 to 12, 12 to 14, in this way adding 2. So when should it come out? So exit when statement we have to use here. Exit when a equals to suppose 20. The closing of loop is end loop. To display the value, just use once again dbms output dot put line. The last value under variable a. The closing of begin is end. See here, one of the error is there. You can notice here after begin we have inserted a semicolon. To remove this, press ed, move to begin, remove that semicolon, save the code, slash, the last value under variable is 20. See, the exit when statement allows us to complete a loop if further processing is undesirable or impossible. So this was an example of simple loop. Now we will move towards while loop. The while loop statement includes a condition associated with a sequence of a statement. If the condition evaluates to true, then the sequence of statements will be executed. And again, control resumes at the beginning of the loop. If the condition evaluates to false, then the loop is bypassed and the control passes to the next statement. We will just see with an example while loop syntax. Suppose two variables we are declaring here, I number equals to 0 and j number equals to 0. We are initializing the variable as 0. Begin. The syntax of while is while I less than equals to suppose 10. Start the loop. J equals to suppose j plus I means 0 equals to 0 plus 0 for the first time. How to move the loop? We are just using the I variable here and jumping by 2, means from 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, and that value will be added to j variable. See here, the closing of loop is end loop once again. To print the variable values, dbms output dot put line. We will just print the value of j variable. What is the last value which is saved under j variable? See, the value of j is 30. See, starting from 0 equals to 0 plus for the first time 2 inside I, as we have jumped to 0 to 2. So 2 was stored under j. Next time 2 equals to 2 plus 2, 4, 6. Then 6 equals to 6 plus 8. Fine, 14. In this way, if you take the position of that variable I variable inside a j, the last value before coming out the j value is 30. If you print the value of I also here, you will get the more clear information. See here, we will just print the value of I also. I, save the code. See, the value of I is 12, means at the last time if you see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12, all this addition will be 30. As we have specified less than equals to 10, if you specify just less than 10, then it will stop at, see, we will just make the change here. If you remove the equal sign, see here the value of I is 10. As while loop jumps after for the single time if the loop ends also. This is not in for loop, as in for loop the loops are known before executing the program, but in while loop loops are unknown. Hope you have cleared about the while loop syntax. Now we will move towards for loop. The number of iterations for a while loop is unknown until the loop terminates, whereas the number of iterations in a for loop is known before the loop gets executed. The for loop statement specifies a range of integers to execute the sequence of statements once for each integer. Just see the example of for loop here. Before writing a for loop example, just we will check the records of ABC table. See here we are having a amount field. We will update the values through for loop. Suppose serial number less than amount should be updated to 1000. So previous values are 2200. So how to perform a for loop here? Just have a look. For I in suppose 1.2 range we are specifying here 1 to 2 loop update ABC set amount equal to 1000 where serial number less than 2. Fine. End loop and end. See, successfully completed. Just we will check the ABC table now. See here less than 2 we have specified, so only one serial number has been updated. As we have not specified equals to 2, means it is checking between two values. See 1 and 1, these serial numbers are updated. To understand more easy, we'll just see how to print the series of numbers. Suppose a number, begin for a in 1.10 loop port line. Just we will print the value of a. So instead of typing dbms output.putline 10 times to print the series 1 2 3 4 5, just use a loop. See 1 2 3 4 till 10. Hope now you had cleared about the for loop. See, before running the program we can say the loops are executing 10 times. To print the series in a reverse order, just add a reverse word here. Instead of typing 10.1, see 10 9 8 7 6, in a descending order you can print the loop series. To find the square root of 10 numbers, you can just have, we will remove the reverse keyword from here. 1 to 10 we want a square root, so a numeric function can be added here. So all the functions can be used under plsql. See here square root of a, see 1 for 1 1, 1.4 for 2, see 4 4 2, for 9 3. In this way you can get the square roots of 100 numbers at a time with the help of loops. Instead of typing 10 numbers individually at SQL, you can use a feature that is for loop. So we have covered in this video how to save the records through plsql inside a table and the different types of iterative controls, that is simple loop, while loop and for loop. In next